clear call, fair call. Here is Kayembe. Kalonji. Congolais has gone on a charging run, but allows it to bounce, skids off the surface and out of play. It's a goal kick it'll be. Kongoluma again. Like Ndombele, the opposite side, very much a no-nonsense central defender. Long ball intercepted. Tange again wins it back. Kitambala, Basiala, out wide. Good charging run. Lulendo Mansanga into the starting lineup today. Arrived late, the right back, after some administrative issues. It's part of the squad. They had to play the first match without a right back, so Ndombele stepped into the right back role. Played out of position against Kenya. It's Kelvin Kapumbu, the younger brother of Zambia's Faxon Kapumbu. Very much a fine footballer in his own way. He's one of Zambia's standout players at the 2020 African Nations Championship. 10 minutes gone, goalless it remains. Between two-time champions DRC and Zambia, a side that has never lost a fixture in the group stages of the African Nations Championship. Can they maintain that record here? Chongo Fedi out wide again. Kamaluma picks out Chisala, who's dropping deep again. Little touch back from Kimuka. There is Kimuka again, lifts it over the top. It's a delightful looking ball. It needed to be well read by the defence. It was initially, but the pickup is clean. Chisala, delivery into a danger area, away by Kayembe, and Zambia finally break into that final third of Democratic Republic of Congo. Chipeshi will have the throw. Kapumbu back to Chipeshi. Kapumbu escapes from two. Chipeshi with the delivery. And the offside flag is raised. It's the first offside of the game. Kalonji, this Kayembe, he's such an incredible player with the ability to unlock opposition teams. This Kayembe really is one of the stars and was one of the standouts for the league champions in DRC this past campaign. There's another, Ibrahim Matobo, also part of the DRC under-20 team that featured in Egypt, the under-20 Africa Cup of Nations this past May. Both Zambia and DRC were there. Matthews Banda and Happy Nsuku from Zambia have made the squad. Ibrahim Matobo, who starts, and Tony Telasi on the bench for DRC. Here is Matobo again. Fleet-footed into the path of Kitambala, but it's deflected off Kapumbu. Picked up, though, by Kabwit, and it's a free kick in a very dangerous area for DRC. Kapumbu picks up the early card. Ball deflected unkindly off him and then makes quite heavy contact with Oscar Kabwit. Kabwit, another one of the star players of this DRC side. Creates goals, scores goals. Zambia aiming not to concede. This is a very handy position for Democratic Republic of Congo to find their first goal in 5 games at an African Nations Championship. They haven't scored since the quarter-final tie against Cameroon at Chan 2020. Can they change that here? Basiala and Kitambala over this. They both pack a powerful effort, but Basiala is the key free kick taker. Kitambala lacks some of the finesse, perhaps, that Basiala possesses. Basiala goes over it. Kitambala looks to go for the finesse finish rather than the power strike, but misses the target. Despite his impressive height, often taller players don't quite have the dribbling ability, but his goal against Mamelodi Sundowns in the Champions League this past season was one that proved otherwise, dribbling half the field before finishing near post against Rongan Williams. Kayembe. A Zambia side that have got great pedigree at the African Nations Championship. Their best ever finish, though, was 3rd in 2009 after losing to the eventual champions DRC in the semi-finals. While DRC are twice champions, Zambia are a side that have never failed to reach the quarter-finals of this tournament in 4 previous attempts. Kokolea whips the ball in, away by Chongo. Nicely up to Piri, he can't control it, and Kayembe looks for the rather fortuitous snapshot from range, but hits it high. Modus Ngoma saying he wants his side to be more clinical today. Against Kenya, they had 20 shots at goal, but only 2 were on target. Chongo needing to watch the weight of that pass. Kimuka working that ball back into the path of Kanguluma, who goes long. There's Kokelea. Kitambala. He's one of the players who's considered senior in the squad, not only for his experience in continental competition, but indeed as a 26-year-old, one of the older players, Jeff Kitambala. I was saying just yesterday that the players have had conversations among themselves, talking about what they can do to improve, and specifically what they can do to find goals in this tournament. Beautiful little touch that finds Kabwit. First time cross into a danger area, away by Chipeshi. It'll be picked up by Kampamba. Kimuka. Wants to go through the centre up towards Piri, but quickly on him was Kalonji, and it finds its way to Kabwit. Basiala was expecting to get on the end of that, but he found Chongo in his path, and now an opportunity on the counter here for Zambia. Disappointingly for Zambia, Jackson Kapamba is penalised. Look at that free kick a moment ago. Kitambala to try and feed it into that top corner. Missed it by some margin. Kabwit is another player capable of taking very good free kicks. Kayembe hits the ball incredibly hard. Basiala way to Kenya. Zambia have got a few players missing as well. Banda and Abraham Sempombo not travelling with the squad. Mumba and Kenneth Kasanga injured. Dombele back to Ifonge. Dombele, Kayembe. Matobo is making a great run down the left-hand flank. Chibeshi follows him though, gets a little touch on it. I see, a little unfortunate not to have the throw as it comes off Matobo. 20 minutes have come and gone. Goalless it remains at Nyayo Stadium in Nairobi. Only one shot at goal between the sides so far. Still finding their feet. DRC with some initial impetus, unable to convert. Zambia growing into the game, just finding little areas, trying to break down this rather stoic DRC defence. Chibeshi needs to scramble back. Matobo's got speed, and that's going to be a free kick. Chibeshi's been summoned by the Algerian referee. I don't think he's going to be cautioned. And it is a warning for the Zesco United man on loan from Red Arrows. Dombele. Basiala wanted it from Tange, couldn't get it away. Tange now has it from Kabwit. Kitambala looking to play it into the path of the charging Kabwit. Zambia come away with it. Rally Bwalia looking for a little inspiration here, Zambia. Rally Bwalia teed up the chance. Back with Chishimba. Finds Chongo. Kapumbu. Kimuka. The man who's got a host of plaudits, Kimuka, with a lovely diagonal ball out wide. Delivery to come, it's in close, but it's nicely defended by Dombele. Denying Zambia, and specifically Piri, the chance to open the scoring. Fonge. Straight through the centre. Kitambala, return ball. Kabwit. Oscar Kabwit scored in both qualifying legs against Chad. Can't find the goal in the tournament proper, at least not yet. But a little inspiration, picked out Kitambala nicely, who returned it sharply to the speedy winger. This was a moment ago, Chishimba with the delivery. Dombele got there just ahead of Piri. Here's Chipeshi. Pass Kayembe. Looks promising for Zambia, but then the pass from Kimuka goes astray. Zambia have got an excellent CHAN pedigree. Bear in mind, they've never won the tournament, as I mentioned. They're quarter-finalists in every edition at a minimum. And they've won their opening fixture in all 4 previous editions. They scored multiple goals in 3 of those games and only conceded once. I'll be hoping history repeats itself here. Free kick Zambia. Lulendo transgressing. Jongo to Chishimba. Jongo. Well, the idea from Kogolumbo was to launch that ball long. Chisala was making a great run down the right flank. It's Kitambala on the opposite end, though. Avram Grad took Chelsea to the UEFA Champions League final, a man who's no stranger to the African continent, having led the Black Stars previously as well. Kukelea finds Kalonji and then feeds his captain. Oh. Certainly hope he's okay. Looked to be contact with the head, not head-on-head contact. Piri. It was the shoulder of Kayembe that came through. It looked hard, it looked heavy. Kayembe's been spoken to by the referee out of shot, but the good news is that Andrew Piri's back on his feet. He too packs a very powerful shot, holds the ball up well. Manu is the striker for Musa. DRC, 4 shots so far, 3 in recent minutes. Zambia have yet to fire an effort goal-bound. The disappointing statistic from a DRC perspective about the 4 shots on goal is the fact that none of them have been on target. It sticks to the trend from their opening fixture against Kenya, where they had 18 shots off target and only 2 on. Ifonge with a little bit of work to do. Seeking Kitambala, chests it down nicely for Basiala. Matobo was waiting for the ball to come first time, but that slight delay allowed Chupeshi to recover. Matobo seeking a way through. Chisala. A little too strong. Jackson Kapamba is making a run. Dange back on his feet. Basiala. Kukulea. Now Kayembe. While he sits just in front of the 4-man defence, Kayembe, he plays such an important role in advancing the ball for DRC. It's free kick. On the far side, Kelvin Kampamba being fouled. That was Chisala and Dange coming together a short while ago. No free kick. Delivery to the opposite flank. Jackson Kapamba chests it back in towards Chisala, who lays it back out towards it, but Matobo's there to collect for DRC. He is such a bright young talent, Ibrahim Matobo, just 19. One of the stars of the DRC side that were very unfortunate to lose out to the eventual champion South Africa at the 2025 Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations in the quarter-finals. They took South Africa to extra time in that game before eventually going down 1-0. South Africa went on to claim the title. Africa at the 2025 Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations in the quarter-finals. He is such a bright young talent, Ibrahim Motobo, just 19. One of the stars of the DRC side that were very unfortunate to lose out to the eventual champion South Africa at the 2025 Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations in the quarter-finals. They took South Africa to extra time in that game before eventually going down 1-0. South Africa went on to claim the title. Kalonji. Basiala. Moving the ball around nicely again. Siki Matobo, he provides plenty of creativity. And he had no fewer than 13 crosses in the match against Kenya. Somehow DRC were unable to capitalize. Comes up to half an hour. Zambia put the ball out of play. Dung is the player down again. Second time in recent minutes that he's on the deck. Tanguluma getting rid of the ball. Just his follow through. Caught the opponent. This was a short while ago. Jackson Kampamba chesting the ball back into the path of Wilson Chisala. Man who scores some crucial goals for Zanaco, Chisala. 22-year-old back on his feet. Game gets back underway just beyond the half-hour mark. Oaso Chongo taking no chances as the Dung alert. It'll be a free kick to Zambia. Kitambala unimpressed. Finding his captain. Shiba now wide. Rally Bwalia. Tricky player. Dange with a recovery for DRC. I really do hope we get to see Rally Bwalia playing at his very best again. He's one of a couple of players for the Zambian side that have gone through a bit of a rough patch and are looking to get back to their best. Tanguluma back to Mwanza. Kampamba, two-time league winner with Nkana. The Red Devils helped Zesco to take the league title in 2021. Also former Power Dynamos player. Chongo, perennial winner with Congolese giants Mazembe in years gone by. Chongo. Chisala with the ball forward, can't find Piri again. Kitambala goes down under the challenge of Chongo. Man from Mufulira. Thomas Chongo physically will not be imposed upon, despite the size and presence of Kitambala. Here's Matobo again. Trickery and speed are plenty. Looks to go beyond the defense, but it's nicely controlled by Chisala. Chipeshi finds Jackson Kapubu. Kabamba. Basiala. Kokalea looking to keep it in play. Well, he does so down the sideline, but he can't keep it in play as it rolls over the goal line. Goal kick it is. Again, more promise in the build-up play from Democratic Republic of Congo, but no finish. And some of the action in the opposition final third has been disastrous for the Leopards at recent Chan tournaments. In Algeria, they went through the entire tournament without scoring a goal. Having failed to score against Kenya, it's 4 on the trot. They're into their 5th without a goal. Over 450 minutes without a goal. It's the equivalent of 5 full matches. Walia. Little too strong. Chishimba makes his displeasure known. It's an exciting fullback is Chishimba. Loves to get forward. Sometimes can be a little vulnerable defensively as a result, but genuinely exciting player. Recently joined Zanaco from Zesco United. Fouls in the early stages of this tie. There's Mwanza. Mr. Clean Sheet, hoping he lives up to his name today. Fonge forward to Kayembe. Kitambala gets himself back on side. Long ball again, seeking Matobo, but it's nicely defended by Chipeshi. Such a disciplined player with an excellent work ethic. And Chipeshi steers this away from danger. Man from Ndola. You might see the first caution we do. Kayembe goes into the referee's book. Salah holding the side of his head. That last angle makes it look even nastier than I think it was. It was lacking in momentum, thankfully. Kayembe cautioned. Chisala just being seen to by the medical staff. Another Zambian player with excellent work ethic and work rate. And another one of the Ndola-born players. Chipeshi with a long ball forward. Kayembe looked to get his boot up to challenge for the ball, and he's only succeeded in finding Chisala. He had his eyes on the ball. There was nothing intentional about it. And yellow card having been issued. When a player has a disregard for the danger to his opponent or the consequences of his actions, it speaks to a yellow card. When you actively endanger the safety of your opponent, that's a red card. So that's the main point of difference. If you're wondering why that wasn't a red card. Ndombele. Up towards Kitambala. Kabwit will pick up the loose ball. Kitambala. Chongo recovers back on his feet and manages to put in the big clearance for Zambia. The supporters of the Leopards finding their voice now. Moses Chunin over on Grant, just having a little conversation. Kalonji. Kokalea in towards the target man. Kitambala lays it into the path of Matobo. Gets a touch on it but can't find a finish. Mwanza has a little bit of work to do. Don't think it was on target either. But Mwanza taking no chances. He's had a good run of form recently. Shot to prominence in rather recent times, even taking over at club level for international goalkeeper Lawrence Mulenga at Power Dynamos, the league champions in Zambia. Maybe could be regarded as somewhat of a late bloomer. Early Bolia just looked like he took a boot to the ankle. Chabeshi will do well to keep this in play. Hasn't managed to do so. 5 minutes to go to the half-time break. Zambia have yet to get a shot in on target. Neither side has fashioned an effort that has genuinely tested the opposing keeper. Kalonji back with Ndombele. Fonge going long. 4 minutes plus added time till half-time. No goals as yet. Kitambala displeased. Free kick Zambia. Kukulea. A short while ago, Kitambala putting it into the path of Matobo. Got a touch on it, but nothing more. Failed to direct it goal bound under pressure from Kapumbu. Kelvin Kapumbu, despite the early yellow card, is still going in for close quarter challenges. Great chance for Zambia. Chisala received it from Kapamba, who was standing in an offside position when he received it. No, the flag has gone up late. Assistant on the near side, Adelaban, also of Algeria, like the man in the middle, Mr. Benyaya. Emery Nyongabo of Burundi is the assistant on the far side. Long-time servants of African football. Tange gets away from Kapumbu. Masiala now works it out wide. Dangerous looking delivery. Kitambala again fails to connect, but Tange is there with a follow-up. Kawaso Chongo gets in the way and hoists a clearance to the opposition goalkeeper. Kitambala had a chance. Tange had a chance. DRC, they're collecting the opportunities. Kabwit goes down. Slight collision with Kongoluma, who is there defending. Zambia have looked rather structured defensively, but they need to find a little something more going forward. It's the effort. Kabwit, Kongoluma. Kongoluma just taking it off the toes of Kabwit. Kitambala. Chishimba. Kaembe will recover possession for the Leopards. Zambia's home base, Chipolopolo, looking to impress on the continental stage once again. They've never failed to score in their opening fixture of a African Nations Championship. And to score, you need to find a shot at goal, and they've yet to do that in the game. Kalonji, Kokelea, back inside. Chisala's there again. Excellent work rate from Chisala. Rally Bwalia is making a good run. Gets on the end of it now, Bwalia, on the halfway line. I hope you get to see some of the best of Rally Bwalia again. Very skillful left-footed player. Chisala. Menacing run. Jackson Kambamba just pulling it back as we hit the 45-minute mark. I can tell you 2 minutes of time has been added on. Zambia seeing a shot at goal, but that's too close to Ifonge, plucks it out of the air. And Tange wins the free kick in added time at the end of the opening half. Bola to Calvin Mubanga Kapamba. Whipped the ball in. Chibeshi, rather than concede the corner, knocks the ball out on the right side of the corner flag for Zambia, which means TRC have the throw opposite the 18-yard area. They've got a few players who have an excellent long throw. Kokelea seeking Kitambala. Tongoluma gets in the way and steers it into the opposition half. Zambia beginning their campaign from Maiden Chan title here against a two-time champion side, DRC. Trying to get back to winning ways in this tournament. They haven't won since victory over Niger in 2020. And Kitambala looking to fashion an opportunity. Has struck it wide. He had arguably the best chance of scoring in the opening half. Free kick, then he pushed high and wide from just outside the 18-yard area. Well, that will be half-time in this Total Energies African Nations Championship Group A fixture. Democratic Republic of Congo started very much on the front foot. They looked like a side that was planning on scoring early. They tried, but against a structured Zambian defence who've been unyielding, DRC have been unable to come away with a clinical finish. They've had a few chances, but they've not capitalized on any. No shots on target from either side. It's goalless at the break between Congo Democratic Republic and Zambia. Leopards will draw on some of the positives from their opening 45 minutes for Zambia. Maybe it was their opportunity to settle into the game and into the tournament proper. But Tobo has been one of the outstanding players on the pitch. He'll be looking to convert that into some DRC success as the game goes on. National Stadium. Well, this is how they lined up against one another statistically. Possession favouring Zambia, but only by the slightest of margins. They've been a little more accurate with their passing game, have Zambia. Nearly 90% accuracy. But they haven't been able to string together the passes in the final third that they so dearly desire. A high foul count, 17, but only 2 yellow cards in the game so far. And those were relatively early on and relatively late on the half for Kapumbu of Zambia and Kayembe of DRC. But the concerning thing is that there are no shots on target in the game between the sides, despite 6 shots at goal from DRC in the opening 45. Match day 2 in Group A of the Total Energies African Nations Championship, and Democratic Republic of Congo and Zambia faced off at the Nyayo National Stadium in Nairobi. Well, the fans from both nations held it in collective on the far side of the park in anticipation of this fixture between neighbours geographically who share a rich footballing heritage. DRC looked to start on the front foot and got in a few early opportunities. Well, the Zambian defence stood firm in the opening stanza. Some good work from Oscar Kabwit down the right flank initially, with the ball whipped into the danger area, cleared by Kilian Kanguluma. Then Kukulea set up an opportunity for Mtange, who chipped his ball over the crossbar without testing Mwanza in the Zambian goal. Then from a very dangerous position, Jefta Kitambala missed the target by some margin. Basiala, very fine set-piece taker, ran over the ball before Kitambala hit it. Chishimba then fed in a delivery that looked to be heading towards the boot of Andrew Piri, but Hossein Dombele managed to get a big right boot in the way and clear the imminent danger for DRC. They had a few more chances of their own, including this one. Kitambala with the return ball to Oscar Kabwit. He was unable to hit the target as he blazed over. Kokelea then lifted a ball into the path of Kabwit, who fed towards Matovo. Got a touch on it, but failed to steer it goal bound. And then the last real opportunity of the opening half. At half-time, goalless between Congo DR and Zambia. Here we go.
All pushing hard, giving it everything.
Could we see records broken? Whoa, almost contact. Oh, the driver's in trouble.
That will have cost him.
Who's going to be the next driver to go to F1? The battle is on.
Welcome to the premiere panel. Oh, that is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful.
Extraordinarily simple.
Gotta hold their nerves.
Wow. Madness going out of the court. Ciao, ciao.
Incredible.
And they've started.
When the DTM comes to the Norris Ring, you don't really have to think long about what the outcome will be. This weekend is sure to be exciting. And it was. Over 100,000 fans watched 24 drivers battling with the high temperatures on Germany's only street circuit, pushed their cars to the absolute limit, and fought tough duels.
A little bit of contact from the car behind, and that is Nicky Tim pointing in the wrong direction.
Just like in the interviews.
As long as I'm here, he's not going to win anything, that's for sure.
The atmosphere was a little more relaxed before races 7 and 8 of the season at the traditional party in the boathouse on the Dutzendijk. The class of 2025, happy. Jordan Pepper was even happier after his victory on Saturday. After all, it was his very first in the DTM and a very important one in the championship battle.
Thank you, boys. Oh, that's a dream. It's just super special and one I'll remember forever.
There was also a lot of power on two wheels. Former Moto2 world champion Paul Espargaro gave the fans a little foretaste of the upcoming MotoGP race weekend at the Sachsenring.
Many people told me that it's super traditional to come here and race. The walls are pretty close, so we need much more run-up areas as a motorbike racer. But anyway, it's super nice. The crowd is enjoying it. Here in the paddock, in the circuit, it's super nice to be here.
Man of the day on Sunday was Porsche ace Thomas Preining. The Austrian repeated his victory from 2023 and moved up to second place in the overall standings. Lucas Auer fought his way up from 16th place to 8th, defending his lead in the championship, and can now call himself the half-time champion.
DTM field is so tough, so tight. When you gain 8 positions, it's actually incredible. Team did amazing. I had a good start, so I'm very proud actually on yesterday's race and this race.
The DTM is taking a short summer break. It continues on the 9th and 10th of August at the Nürburgring. Then, Auer, Preining and co. will start the second half of the season with the mission, winning the title.
For the first time in Sail GP history, the popular seaside resort of Sassnitz, Germany, hosts 12 world-class teams. It's the first opportunity for Eric Heil's Germany Deutsche Bank to impress in front of passionate home fans.
Eric Heil in his second season for Germany Deutsche Bank.
They've just been absolutely on fire.
Don't miss the Germany Sail Grand Prix Sassnitz.
Pendant que que vous êtes...
There is only one league where the game is true to its soul. Where the chants that thunder through the stands are sung by those who own the game. Here, glory is never given, it's taken. This is football as it's meant to be. Welcome to the new season of the Bundesliga.
Oh, yes. And if you love your tennis, you're in exactly the right place. That is quite incredible from the world #1. Ben Shelton, the American march is on.
That is beyond special. Absolutely ridiculous.
Djokovic finishes the job. Yannick Sinner is the Cincinnati champion.
Goalless between Democratic Republic of Congo and Zambia at the break. How will the second half fare for these respective sides? The Democratic Republic of Congo aiming to avoid 3 successive defeats, hoping to get back to winning ways. For Zambia, a team looking to start on a positive as they begin their campaign at Chan 2024. DRC looking to break a 5-match winless run, going back to the 2020 edition, and hoping that they can overcome a first-day defeat to go on to claim a 3rd crown. The wonderful Nyayo National Stadium, used for many national events in the Kenyan capital, Nairobi. A venue at altitude, nearly 1,700 meters above sea level. And maybe, just maybe, that has a little impact on the way some of the sides are playing. Zambia out and at the ready. The Democratic Republic of Congo, they've meandered their way back onto the pitch. They're standing in a bit of a huddle. They break from the huddle. Will they find some inspiration? Otis and Goma's team, or can Avram Grant's side claim victory on what is an opening day game for Zambia? The second round of fixtures for DRC. Algerian referee Hussam Ben Yahya gets the second half underway here at the Nyayo National Stadium. It's Democratic Republic of Congo in the blue up against Zambia. Goalless at the break between the sides. No shots on target. Chisala gets his head in the way. Ball finds its way out towards Kelvin Kampamba. Picked up by Ntange here for DRC. Kitambala looking to hold the ball up, but he's under pressure from Kanguluma and has won the free kick as well. Physically imposing striker from Manyama Union. Dombele, another of the Manyama Union players. Kitambala, head on the end of it. Chishimba works it away from danger. Here he is again. And Chishimba will have the throw after it catches the underside of the boot of Basiala. Lulendo coming in for the challenge. Zambia playing an 18th game at the African Nations Championship here. They've only ever lost 3. They've got a very good record, particularly in the group stages where they're undefeated across 12 previous fixtures. But they need to find a little more impetus to their game if they are to go in search of victory against DRC. Chongo leaves it behind. Wrong foot Basiala. Kapumbu. Now to Kanguluma. Kukulea, header forward. Here's Basiala with a little bit of space. Kabwit making a run. Oscar Kabwit, one-on-one potentially. Kabwit for the opener and he strikes it wide. The proven goal scorer with boundless creativity fails to hit the target again. Scrambling Zambian defence, looking to get back and try to close down the angle. Chishimba with a little bit of cover defence. Kanguluma scrambling as well, trying to make up ground. Oscar Kabwit showing his speed and ability. Wonderful ball from Basiala to tee up Kabwit for that run. And then no finish from a man who scored in both qualifying matches for DRC. 475 minutes across 3 editions of the African Nations Championship now without a goal for Democratic Republic of Congo. It is an ever-growing concern. Willard Mwanza out of his area, finding Chongo, 33-year-old now, with Zesco United. Finding a man who's just gone from Zanaco to Konkola Blades, the newly promoted team in Zambia, who have high ambitions of not only remaining in the top flight, but indeed challenging for further successes. Konkola Blades, they're chasing a few more players. Looking for a little combination play between Kelvin Kampamba and Andrew Piri. Throw into DRC the result. Ifonge. Kalonji. The longer it goes without DRC scoring, the greater the pressure again on this team. After the opening day defeat, they know they've got very little time to recover now. We've got Angola in a few days' time before concluding the group stages against Morocco, another 2-time champion. Zambia have got 3 fixtures remaining. Kayembe, head on this. Ntange with a drive that's on target, but comfortable for Willard Mwanza. Gets his body behind the ball. And a first shot on target in the game.
Merci beaucoup de la parole, Monsieur le Président. La clé de répartition de Privao est tirée de la règle